Ever wonder why South Park, a seemingly harmless animated series, stirs up so much controversy? With its impish humor and socially provocative storylines, South Park has been pushing societal boundaries for over 2 decades. This isn't your ordinary cartoon, folks. This is a show that has consistently used satire to critique everything from pop culture to politics, and it's certainly not afraid to ruffle a few feathers along the way. Intrigued? Well, buckle up as we dive into the top 5 most controversial South Park episodes. Kicking off our countdown at number 5, we have Trapped in the Closet. Now, this isn't a tale about some poor soul who's literally stuck in a wardrobe. No, it's a classic South Park episode that pokes fun at something much bigger: Scientology and its famous believer, Tom Cruise. In this episode, one of our beloved characters, Stan, is mistaken for the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. This leads to a hilarious and satirical exploration of the religion's beliefs and practices. Stan's confusion and skepticism throughout the episode mirror many viewers' own puzzlement over the Church of Scientology's complex and, to some, bizarre teachings. But what really caused a stir was the portrayal of Tom Cruise. He's found, you guessed it, trapped in Stan's closet, a comedic play on rumors about the actor's sexuality. Despite Stan, and later other celebrities, urging him to come out, Cruise refuses, leading to a media circus. This unabashed mockery of Scientology and Cruise did not go unnoticed or unchallenged. The Church of Scientology, known for its aggressive defense against criticism, was not amused. They allegedly pressured Comedy Central to pull the episode from reruns, a move that only fanned the flames of controversy. And then there's Tom Cruise. Reports swirled that Cruise was so offended, he used his clout to halt the broadcast of the episode in some regions. Whether or not that's true, it's clear that Trapped in the Closet hit a nerve. In a world where religion and celebrities often seem untouchable, South Park dared to tread where others wouldn't. They used humor and satire to question, to challenge, and to provoke thought. Trapped in the Closet did just that, sparking a debate about freedom of speech, religious criticism, and the power of celebrity. This episode truly set the tone for South Park's unapologetic critique of religion and celebrities. Before we proceed to episode number 4, we have a small request. Your likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions fuel our journey through the wild world of South Park controversies. So please, support us and keep the conversation going. Thank you for your support. Now let's dive back into the controversy. Coming in at number 4, we have With Apologies to Jesse Jackson. This episode, aired in the 11th season, boldly explores the contentious terrain of racial slurs and racial inequality. The plot is a cleverly woven tapestry of humor and social commentary, a signature South Park style. The story revolves around Stan's father, Randy, who uses a racial slur on live television, sparking a wave of outrage and leading to a series of events that satirically examine the power of words and the inequality in their impact. Parallel to this, Stan's friend Token, an African-American character, grapples with the aftermath of the incident, giving us a glimpse into the personal impact of racial slurs. This episode is not just about the racial slur itself, but about the discrepancy between how different groups perceive it. It's about the imbalance of power and the unequal distribution of social privilege. It's about the struggle to understand someone else's pain and the difficulty of apologizing for something you can't fully comprehend. With Apologies to Jesse Jackson sparked a whirlwind of controversy. Critics were divided over its repeated use of a racial slur and its satirical portrayal of the N-word. Some praised the episode for its brave exploration of a sensitive issue, while others condemned it for what they perceived as insensitivity and provocation. The controversy surrounding this episode is a testament to South Park's ability to push boundaries and provoke discussions. It underscores the show's commitment to exploring controversial themes through humor and satire. Despite the criticism, or perhaps because of it, With Apologies to Jesse Jackson remains one of South Park's most talked about episodes. In true South Park fashion, With Apologies to Jesse Jackson doesn't provide easy answers. It doesn't shy away from the discomfort of its subject matter. Instead, it invites us to sit with that discomfort, to question our own biases and assumptions, and to engage in the ongoing conversation about race and inequality. This episode, like many others, had South Park viewers split between laughter and discomfort. Our third spot goes to the infamous episode 201. Now this one is a doozy. The episode is part of a two-part story, following on from the episode 200, and it's the depiction of the Prophet Muhammad that really stirred the pot. The plot itself was a cocktail of controversy, featuring a multitude of celebrities demanding to meet Muhammad so they could gain the power of his invulnerability to criticism. It's a satirical commentary on the idea of censorship and the right to freedom of speech. Yet it was the very subject of the satire, the depiction of the Prophet Muhammad, that led to a firestorm of controversy. South Park has never been one to shy away from controversy, but this time, it hit a nerve with radical Islamic groups. The show received threats, serious ones, from those who believed the depiction of Muhammad was blasphemous. This led to a fear of potential violence, and the decision was made to heavily censor the episode. Interestingly, Muhammad had previously been depicted in an earlier South Park episode, Super Best Friends, without much fuss. But in the post-9/11 world, the landscape had changed, and the depiction was now considered far more provocative and dangerous. The controversy didn't end there, though. The decision to censor the episode itself sparked debates about freedom of speech and the influence of fear on creative expression. Critics argued that by censoring the episode, the creators were giving in to threats and undermining the very values they were trying to defend. Despite the controversy, or perhaps because of it, 201 remains one of the most talked about episodes in South Park's history. It's a stark reminder of the fine line between satire and offense, and the power a television show can have in sparking international debates. This episode showed that South Park is not afraid to tackle even the most sensitive topics. At number 2, we have Bloody Mary. This episode, part of the 9th season, takes a satirical look at the Virgin Mary, causing quite a stir among viewers and critics alike. The plot revolves around Stan's dad, Randy, who believes he's been cured of his alcoholism by a statue of the Virgin Mary, which appears to be bleeding. This is a clever twist on the countless reported miracle sightings worldwide, where religious icons are seen doing unusual things. South Park, in its typical fashion, finds humor in this by portraying Randy's newfound sobriety as a miracle, instead of attributing it to personal effort or professional help. However, this portrayal of the Virgin Mary was not met with universal laughter. Many Catholic organizations were outraged, arguing that the episode was disrespectful to their beliefs and the sanctity of the Virgin Mary. This resulted in several networks deciding not to air the episode, reflecting the controversy it generated. Yet, it's important to remember that South Park's intent is not to mock religion but to provoke thought and discussion. By pushing the boundaries of what's considered acceptable, they challenge us to question our beliefs and societal norms. Bloody Mary is a prime example of this, sparking debate on the appropriateness of religious satire and the extent to which freedom of speech should be exercised. This episode had a significant impact, both on the show's reputation and on the broader conversation about religious satire. And finally, the most controversial South Park episode is Super Best Friends. In this memorable episode, we see a unique portrayal of religious figures. The story revolves around the town of South Park, where a charismatic leader, David Blaine, starts his own religion. To counter his influence, Stan seeks the help of Super Best Friends, a group of major religious figures including Jesus, Buddha, Moses, Joseph Smith, Krishna, Lao Tzu, and controversially, the Prophet Muhammad. As you may guess, the depiction of these religious figures, particularly the Prophet Muhammad, stirred quite the controversy. The creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, are known for pushing boundaries, and with Super Best Friends, they certainly did not hold back. The episode was seen by many as a bold statement on freedom of expression and critique of religious dogma, but it was also viewed by others as disrespectful and blasphemous. This controversy was not just a fleeting moment of outrage, it had long-lasting repercussions, leading to the decision to remove the episode from streaming platforms. Yes, you heard that right. Super Best Friends is one of the few South Park episodes that you cannot watch on platforms like Hulu or HBO Max. This decision itself sparked a new debate about censorship and the limits of satire. In essence, Super Best Friends encapsulates what South Park is all about: fearless humor, biting satire, and a willingness to challenge societal norms. It's a reminder that comedy can be a powerful tool for sparking conversation, even if it ruffles a few feathers along the way. With its bold and unapologetic humor, Super Best Friends firmly holds the title of the most controversial South Park episode.